The 2018 World Cup is a tournament that will linger in the hearts of many for a long time to come. There were loads of surprises. Countries many thought wouldn't go far came back with a bang. The big names like Germany, Argentina and Brazil didn't even get to the semi-finals. Nigeria put up a good show but were sent packing by Argentina. All the football fever may have brought heartaches and smiles to some, but for an artist in Lagos, it was the kick he needed to create his sculptural pieces. We'll see that and the Generation Next series exhibition at the My Dream Gallery in Lagos. A warm welcome to the program. I'm Belinda Akinlami.
Some people flinch when you talk about art in the context of the needs of society, thinking you are introducing something far too common for a discussion of art. Nobody employs anybody to be an artist. They are creative people and they will continue creating until they die. It depends on their physical ability.
More galleries have been shopping for the next big thing, and My Dream is not left out of the fray. In the Generation Future Master Series, they display the artists to watch in the Nigerian art scene.
It's the second series in the exhibition of young artists in My Dream to look into the future and encourage them to be better in their craft. It's titled Generations. The Future Masters features 9 artists who have been under the wings of contemporary artist Abiodun Olaku.
This is the second edition of Generations. That's the theme of the exhibition. It's you'll see it's Generations 2, and it's about the Future Masters series. This is just another establishment, of the fact that life is a continuum. In the industry of art, we expect, a rollover of players in the industry from one generation to the other, from one period to the other. And this is expected to highlight the large residue of potential masters that we have in the art industry.
Although their art reflects the style of their mentor, they display individualism in the interpretations, showing that they are aware of what's happening in their environment.
I do a lot of figurative work and expression, in a sense. So I tend to look carefully at life, at human interaction with life, and interpret them in visual terms, you understand? Like, for instance, Behind is a work I did. I titled Lollipop Friends. So this is an expression of an idea that tells that two can only work together on the fact that there's an interest in bringing them together. You understand? So I look at life itself and I interpret it the way they are in my works.
The work is SME, meaning small and medium scale enterprise, which is, as in Nigeria, we are born to be an enterprise. You see, the meat seller and the livestock marketer trying to make living from it, and by trying to gather people around. But instead of some people going for the livestock, I think they prefer going for the cheaper one, which at the back, that whatever you're selling, no matter how small it is, people will definitely locate you. You can start from small, like the meat. It's everybody eats meat, everybody eats chicken. But livestock is always expensive. When you want to buy livestock, it's something you pay more to get. But the cow is always available anywhere, anytime.
Due to the personalities exhibiting, There are a lot of young men and women in this gallery to support their peers who have put up a bold and beautiful works of art.
I'm visiting to enjoy with my friends. They have a collection of very, very promising works. I call this a very tight team. And every art lover should support this.
The title of this work is Against the Light. It tells the story of the human behavior to judgment, to criticism, to correction. You know, if we are in a generation where when we are being challenged, we tend to turn our backs against what other people are saying, either whether it's right or wrong. We tend to turn our backs and just live our lives carelessly and not minding what people think or what people believe or what people can add to us. We tend to want to be selfish with our own attitude. We tend to live ourselves without considering the next person. So we turn our backs against the truth. We turn our backs against realities. We turn our backs against what people have to say to us, and eventually we end up paying for it.
Some of them are done with earthy tones and capture subjects that are familiar to people living in these climes.
The work you see at the background is titled Owambe. Most of my works are impressionism. That's what I normally paint. But some people will say it is realism. Owambe depicts the everyday, Yoruba woman. But I'm not trying to depict typical Yoruba woman. I'm depicting women in general. When we want to go for an occasion, like parties every now and then, we're either attending a friend's birthday, a mother's burial, people we like celebrating. The women folk have a way of celebrating. And when they dress, it takes them time to get dressed for that occasion because they just have to look their all.
We had to do this because of contending forces, in the industry. We have our challenges, including platforms to showcase young artists who are just coming out, who are realizing their potential, in the industry. we care that the potentials that we find in them don't dissipate due to lack of exposure.
This show is coming just after the gallery displayed the Masters Series exhibition, showing that they don't just care about the Masters, but want to ensure there is no gap once they leave the scene.